What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the top 5 best builds in Elden Ring Nightreign. If you are looking to melt bosses with elemental chaos, stack bleed procs faster than your enemies can blink, or stand your ground like an unbreakable wall, then this video has you covered. I've got 5 insane builds that are tearing through the Nightreign right now, each one tailored for a totally different playstyle, from the explosive power of the Mohgwyn Sacred Spear to the spell slinging madness of the elemental recluse. We are breaking down exactly how to dominate with each setup, weapons, passive strategy, progression, it's all here. Also, if you're interested in buying other PC or console games with 50 or 70% discount, then check out Instant Gaming. For example, I want to buy Elden Ring, so we just click on Add to Cart, then click Pay, then input our details and pay. After payment is complete, we will receive activation key, then copy and paste the key in, and it's that simple. So what are you waiting for? Click my link description and check out Instant Gaming for yourself. The Axe of Godrick wylder build in the Elden Ring Nightreign is designed to capitalize on the weapon's AoV capabilities, particularly through the charge-heavy attacks. This build is tailored for players who favor aggressive close-quarter combat, utilizing the Axe of Godrick's passive to deal AoV damage during the charge-ups. The core strategy involves leveraging the Axe of Godrick's AoV passive, which activates during charge-heavy attacks. This allows the players to inflict significant damage to multiple enemies simultaneously. The build is further enhanced by incorporating the improved charge attacks passive, by boosting the damage output of these attacks. Additionally, the improved jump attacks passive increases the effectiveness of the aerial assault, while improved guard break facilitates breaking through the enemy defenses more efficiently. In terms of equipment, the Great Turtle Shell is recommended for its balance of defense and weight, allowing for better mobility without sacrificing protection. The Golden Vow spell is included to provide a temporary boost to both offense and defense, enhancing overall combat performance. I also suggest to use consumables like the lightning grease and the lightning pots to exploit enemy weaknesses and add elemental damage to the attacks. The build's progress is structured over the 3 in-game days. On the first day, players should focus on eliminating nearby enemies to gain experience and level up quickly. I advise you to explore lightning or the fire settlements to acquire suitable weapons and passives early on. Day 2 involves revisiting these settlements for weapon upgrades and seeking out world bosses, such as the Carrion Knights and the Dragons, which have a higher chance of dropping the Axe of Godrick or valuable passives. Then Day 3 emphasizes checking the merchant inventories for essential items like the smithing stones to further enhance the weapon capabilities. Additional tactics include utilizing the grappling hook to initiate combat or reposition strategically by minimizing the risk of counterattacks. When the grappling hook is on cooldown, executing fully will charge heavy attacks to maximize damage output. Then jump attacks serve as a quicker alternative to charged attacks by offering substantial stagger potential against enemies. Overall, the Axe of Godrick wylder build is a robust choice for players seeking a powerful AoV-focused playstyle. By combining strategic equipment choices with passive enhancements and a structured progression plan, this build will offer a comprehensive approach to dominating the battlefield. Then second, we have the Blood Duchess build, which is designed to maximize damage through the strategic application of the Blood Loss and the Frostbite status effects. Central to this build is the Duchess' unique ability, Restage, which reapplies recent damage dealt to the enemies by effectively doubling the impact of the status procs, like the Bleed and the Frostbite. By alternating between these effects, players can prevent enemies from developing resistance, maintaining high damage output throughout the fights. The optimal weapon setup includes dual-wielding Scavenger's curved swords, which are known for their rapid attack speed and a high bleed buildup. Alternatively, weapons like the Rivers of the Blood or the Frozen Needle can be used to introduce frostbite effects, providing versatility in combat. The inclusion of the Golden Vow spell will further enhance the build by boosting both the offensive and defensive capabilities. The key talisman for this build is the Lord of the Blood's Exaltation, which increases attack power upon inflicting blood loss, and then the Green Turtle Talisman, which improves stamina recovery, allowing for sustained aggression. Consumables such as the Bleed Grease and the Freezing Grease are essential for applying and alternating between the Bleed and the Frostbite effects, ensuring that enemies remain vulnerable to status procs. The build's progress is structured over the 3 in-game days. On the first day, players should focus on eliminating nearby enemies to gain experience and level up quickly. I also advise you to explore the Blood Loss or the Frostbite settlements to acquire suitable weapons and passives early on. Then Day 2 involves revisiting these settlements for weapon upgrades and seeking out world bosses, which have a higher chance of dropping valuable passives. Then Day 3 emphasizes checking merchant inventories for essential items like the smithing zones to further enhance weapon capabilities. Strategically, the Duchess restage ability should be used immediately after inflicting significant damage or the status effects to maximize its impact. Timing this ability correctly can lead to devastating burst of damage, especially when coordinated with the team attacks. This build emphasizes on agility and rapid attacks, which makes it particularly effective in both solo and group play, allowing players to adapt to various combat scenarios. Overall, the Bloodlust Duchess build will offer a dynamic and high damage playstyle that leverages the Duchess' unique ability and the potent effects of the Bleed and the Frostbite. By carefully managing status applications and utilizing the restage ability, you can dominate the battlefield with a swift and relentless assault. The Sacred Spear Guardian build is a defensive yet aggressive setup that emphasizes durability and consistent damage output. The build focuses on synergy between the Great Spear and the Great Shield, allowing players to maintain a strong defense while delivering powerful thrust attacks. The core strategy involves using the Mohgwyn Sacred Spear in conjunction with the Fingerprint Stone Shield to create a formidable frontline presence. If Mohgwyn's Sacred Spear is unavailable, then alternatives like the Blood Infusion Lance or the Vike's War Spear can be utilized to maintain the bleed effect. The build also incorporates the Golden Wow spell to enhance both offensive and defensive capabilities. Key talismans will include the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman, which boosts physical damage resistance, and the Curved Sword Talisman, enhancing guard counterattacks. I also recommend to use consumables such as the Blood Grease to further augment the bleed damage, and then to maximize effectiveness, you should seek out specific passive perks, like improved firepower attack, improved guard counters, and improved guard breaking. These passives significantly enhance the build damage output and defensive capabilities. But it's important to note that due to the randomized nature of each Nightreign run, acquiring these passives may vary. The build's progress is structured over the 3 in-game days, so on the first day, we need to eliminate nearby enemies to quickly reach level 3. Then explore Bloodlust and the Fire Settlements to acquire the desired weapon and the passives. Then Day 2 involves revisiting the settlement for weapon upgrades and seeking out the world boss, such as the Carrion's Knight and the Ancient Dragons, which have a higher chance of dropping these valuable passives. Then Day 3 is more meant for checking the merchant inventories for essential items like the stone smithing, and purchasing grease to enhance damage output for the final boss fight. Strategically, the build will encourage the frequent use of the guard counters, performed by the blocking attack and immediately executing a heavy attack. This technique will allow for significant damage while maintaining a strong defense, and then in situations where enemies attack rapidly, you can rely on the spear's just attacks while keeping the shield raised, which ensures continuous pressure without compromising safety. Overall, the Spear Guardian build offers a balanced approach to combat, combining robust defenses with potent offensive capabilities. By leveraging the specific equipment, passives, and strategic gameplay, you can effectively control the battlefield and adapt to various combat scenarios. Then for the next one we got the Elemental Recluse build, which is crafted to harness the Recluse class unique ability, to utilize both sorceries and the incantations, enabling access to elemental affinities. This versatility allows players to create any desired magic cocktail combination independently, which enhances adaptability in various combat scenarios. Central to this build is the use of multiple catalysts, like the Recluse Staff, the Carrion Glint Blade Staff, and the Golden Ordeal Seal. These armaments facilitate the casting of a diverse range of spells, including fire damage sorceries like the Theodroxic Magma, then fire damage incantation such as the Catch Flame, lightning damage incantation like the Lightning Spear, and magic damage sorceries exemplified by the Glintstone Pebble. Alternative options include any staff with a fire damage sorcery, such as the Magma Shot, to ensure a comprehensive elemental coverage. Then to amplify spellcasting's potency, the build incorporates talismans like the Graven Mask Talisman and the Godfrey, which boost sorcery damage and the charge spell effectiveness. And then as for most of my builds for consumables, I recommend to use the Starlight Shards to sustain focus points during the prolonged engagements. Additionally, passive perks like improved charge sorceries and improved magic attack power further enhances the Recluse offensive capabilities. The build progression is structured over the 3 in-game days. On day 1, you should focus on defeating nearby enemies to reach level 3, and then afterwards I recommend to explore the nearest Fire, Holy or the Lightning settlements to acquire essential elemental spells and the cataclysms. Then prioritize prioritizing routes that pass through the churches is also beneficial, as they serve as the solo sources for healing upgrades. Then on day 2, you need to focus on acquiring any missing elemental affinity to complete the magic cocktail. You want to seek out world bosses such as the Carrion Knights and the Flying Dragon of the Hill, which have a higher likelihood of dropping powerful character passives. Then on day 3, it's crucial to check the merchant's inventory for valuable items like the smithing stones that can upgrade weapons. And then if you still have runes after buying bunch of stuff, then level up at the Grey site to prepare for the final boss encounter. By this stage, you should possess all the elemental affinities, which will enable you to utilize any desired magic cocktail. Strategically, magic sorceries are typically the primary source of damage unless facing enemies' resistance to magic, or if they are particularly vulnerable to another element. Therefore, allocating FP towards potent magic sorceries is advised, while maintaining FP levels through the passive elemental resistance. Then also, the Starlight Shards will prove especially beneficial for the recluse, by ensuring that you can sustain spellcasting capabilities. So, in summary, the Elemental Recluse build offers a comprehensive and adaptable approach to combat in Nightreign, by leveraging the Recluse's unique abilities to master all elemental affinities and dominate the battlefield. And now for the last and final one, we got the Katana Executor build, which is a setup that enhances the Executor's role as a melee DPS character, by focusing on dexterity and the arcane attributes. The core to this build is the Cursed Sword skill, which allows the Executor to deflect enemy attacks and retaliate with a powerful slash, effectively nullifying enemy combos and heavy attacks. Katana is the primary weapon choice for this build, because of their swift moveset and innate blood loss effect, which synergizes very well with the Executor's high arcane stat. This combination makes the status elements particularly potent. While other dexterity-based weapons like the polearms and the curved swords can be effective, we prioritize katanas because of their superior moveset and the capability with the Executor's abilities. Then also, the power stancing to katanas can significantly increase the damage output, but may leave you more vulnerable due to a slower moveset, so I recommend to keep boluses and healing items readily available, as the Executor's passive skill, the Tenacity, will boost the damage after healing from the status elements. This mechanic will encourage players to manage their health and status effects to maximize their damage output. Then in terms of equipment, the best in slot weapons include the Rivers of Blood and the Nagakiba, with alternatives like the Dragon Scale Blade, Moonveil, and the Eleonora's Pole Blade. Then for talismans, the Lord Blood's Exhaustion is favored for its synergy with the Blood Loss effect, and then the Shard of Alexander that enhances the effectiveness of the Ashes of the War, which are frequently used when the character's skill is on cooldown. I also recommend to use consumables, which include Paluses to activate the Tenacity passive, then the Blood Grease to increase the blood loss buildup, and then the Boiled Crab to enhance the physical damage negation. Then dormant powers, such as improved physical attack power, improved stance breaking, and improved dodging are considered best in slot, to augment offensive and defensive capabilities. And then for relics, the green options like the Delicate Tranquilline Scene and the Polished Tranquilline Scene are meant for boosting dexterity and the Ultimate Arts Gauge. Then the blue relics such as the Grand Grizzly Scene can enhance standard effects and stamina recovery, and then weapon passives like improved damage negation and improved dexterity and improved skill attack power will further refine the build's effectiveness. So overall, the Katana Executor build is designed to capitalize on the Executor's strength in swift melee combat and the status effect by offering a high risk, high reward type of playstyle that rewards precise timing and aggressive gameplay. So let me know what is your favorite Elden Ring Nightreign build in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous video where I showed the best classes and much more. So click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.